everybody, Mr. Traveler here. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Friends, if you would be so kind, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so you know when we upload videos like this or go live. We thank you so much for the love and support. Friends, today I want to bring you a story that's kind of near and dear to my heart. I'll talk a little bit more about it further on in the video. But thankfully, this story that I'm going to share with you does have a somewhat happy ending. And well, let's just talk about it. So yesterday, there were 3 boaters in the Tampa Bay area that were on a small speedboat, and they were trying to cut through between the enchantment of the seas and the radiance of the seas. And they hit a large wake on the back of the ship, and their boat capsized. All 3 people were ejected and thrown into the water. Now, I know you guys are thinking it's Florida. If you're not from around here, you may not think about it, but it has been very cold down there. As I'm making this video, it's in the low 50s outside right now, which is kind of unusual for this time of year. But needless to say, the temperature in the bay is like 64 degrees. So extended exposure to that kind of water definitely will bring your core body temperature down and can be very dangerous very quickly. On top of that, that particular bay, which the boat went down by Gadson Point, which is near MacDill Air Force Base, for a reference point, which is just south of downtown Tampa, is a very busy waterway. It's a very busy port with cargo ships coming in and out of there all the time. And these people went into the water in that point. So the one ship radioed back to the other ship. They had the harbor captains on board and everything. They were able to stop the ships, and with the help of the Hillsborough County Sheriff, the Coast Guard, some other law enforcement, and other boating captains, they were able to rescue these people. But it did take about 20 minutes. They were in the water for about 20 minutes. A couple of the people swam towards the buoy, which is in the middle of the bay. And again, very dangerous just because of the traffic. If you ever seen those large cargo ships that bring the cargo here to the United States, in and out of the United States, those pilots for those ships are all the way at the back. So they're sitting all the way at the back looking at the front of the ship. So they don't see like stuff like right in front of that ship. So that could be a very dangerous situation. But thankfully, all 3 people were saved, and there was no fatality. So that's a great thing. I say it was near and dear to my heart because back in Michigan, I had 3 friends that were in a very similar incident that they were trying to cut across from Windsor, Canada, coming back to Michigan, and they cut across the back of a cargo ship with a wake. Now, I don't know if you know this or not, but if the conditions are just right, not only does that cargo ship and those bigger ships, like even the cruise ships, have a wake, but they also can create vortexes behind the ship, which are like whirlpools. And a small vessel that gets caught in that whirlpool will get sunk. And that's exactly what happened to my friends. Similar situation, cut across the wake of that ship. The vortex caught their boat, pulled them down, and everybody died that was on board. So very sad situation that my friends were in. This is a very dangerous situation. And I'll say this is dangerous for more than one reason, because if you've ever been on a cruise and, like especially out of like Miami or Port Canaveral, you'll notice that there's always like a police boat that escorts you out. And if another boat gets too close or gets in front of the ship, they run in there, tell them to get out of the way, get out of the way. Part of that is for their safety, but part of it's for the safety of the ship as well. So I'll say when we did our cruise out of Tampa Bay last year, I did not notice any police presence along with the ship. Now, I'm sure they're probably in and around the bay there, but they weren't going along with the ship like they do out of Miami or out of Port Canaveral per se. And it is a long journey. It took us like a little bit over 2 hours to go from the port of Tampa all the way out into the Gulf of Mexico. So it's a long journey. But it is a little concerning that a small ship was able to get that close to the cruise ship without, any kind of interference there at all. And I say that, it's a safety issue for those people involved, but it's also a safety issue involved with kind of the climate of the world that we're in, given the events of past couple of weeks here. You definitely don't want any unidentified vessel getting close to a cruise ship, especially full of passengers. So that part is a little concerning to me as well. So hopefully they'll take this incident into consideration and maybe think of some of these security measures a little bit further going forward when it comes to the port of Tampa Bay. So anyway, comment below, let us know what you think about it, or whatever else you know about the situation. We want to thank you so much for tuning in. If we can help you book that dream vacation, friends, give us a call at 877-697-4470, or you can book right online at www.mr-traveler.com. You can book right online, and we'll check your booking to make sure you have the very best rate and get back to you, and we'll let you and your family make some fantastic memories. We want to thank you again. Remember, life's short. Have fun. See the world, guys. Bye, everybody.